So, about a couple weeks ago, I sat down and I rewatched TRON Legacy. Now, the reason why I decided to sit down and rewatch that movie is because recently I got to ride at Disney TRON Light Cycle Run, and if you haven't had a chance to do it, go there, do it. It's 100% worth it. I am telling you, go to Disney, ride that ride. It's really, really fun. Now, we decided to rewatch the movie to kind of get the vibe between, the movie and the ride. And it's my first time rewatching it since probably 2010, 2011. It's been a while since I watched this movie. And it's crazy to think that it's been that long, but at the same time, there are aspects of the movie, specifically toward the end of the movie, that I think could indicate a sort of sequel? Yes, I think that from TRON Legacy, you could technically make a sequel. And I have an idea of how we could actually make that a reality. So, there are two factors in specific that I think could lead to a sequel. And the first factor is simply Korra. Yes, Korra is a machine. She is a machine that was brought into the real world and is now, let's say it, she's technically human now, that she's been brought into our world. And now that she is in the human world, she could actually have the genetic code to, say, reboot the TRON system. Now, I know that it's kind of a stretch, it's kind of like far-fetched, but this could be specifically a way that they could bring back Jeff Bridges. And that would technically bring me into my second point, and that is that Jeff Bridges, they kind of indicate at the end of TRON Legacy that Tron dies, obviously, and secondly, that Jeff Bridges and Clue kind of perish in the machine. Now, I don't think Jeff Bridges dies in TRON Legacy. I think that the system is technically going to be rebooted. And if the system reboots, we get access to Jeff Bridges again, except now it's going to be a very different Jeff Bridges. Not like Clue, but Jeff Bridges in a different state. And by that I mean, I think Jeff Bridges would be able to come back as sort of like an AI or a voice in the system that later could be rematerialized as himself. And that would be an interesting move to make by Disney. Other than that, I really can't really think of another theory that could fit with Tron in specific. But I think that Korra having the genetic code to reboot the system could be a possibility. And secondly, having Jeff Bridges come back into the series as sort of an AI that could kind of speak to Sam in a way would also be a very interesting route to take, especially now with AI being such a very prevalent thing on, the internet. Now, speaking of the internet, I think that later on they could also implement features into the internet that could kind of, bring Tron back, but in a more real-world-esque, sort of like a Fortnite-esque situation. Like, imagine if Tron is released on the internet with the original code so people could actually access it from around the world and play along, but at the same time be a part of this world that Sam has visited, Korra was born in, and also, was created by Jeff Bridges. So, I mean, it's, Sam Flynn and this whole perfect system idea that the movie gives us could definitely play into something really cool for a sequel. But other than that, I think those three things are definitely things that could happen into a sequel for TRON Legacy. Now, unfortunately, after, Daft Punk broke up, because we all know that Daft Punk is no more, I don't know who could actually come in to actually do the music for that. I mean, maybe Hans Zimmer? Hans Zimmer would be a really cool choice for the Tron movies, because, let's be honest, if you are on the internet, you've probably listened to Cornfield, which is that song from Interstellar, several times, and I think that could play into something like Tron, so that's also a composer that I would see composing for Tron. But yeah, man, I would be very excited to see what Disney would come up with for a Tron, sequel, specifically since they invested millions into an attraction that is now at Magic Kingdom. So yeah, man, I'm really interested in seeing if they actually decide to make a sequel to Tron. And if you are like me and you believe that Disney should put the money down to do a sequel to Tron, go ahead and write that down in my comments below. And while you're down there, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell to be notified when videos go live on this channel. And thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next video.